Part B lesson presentation, community or practice. The lesson plan meets requirements of the Indigenous histories and cultures. These resources that I have chosen for the lesson plan consists of 2 videos. The first short video will be utilised as a hook activity to engage students into the important topic. The second will be an instructional video starring a proud Indigenous woman who will teach the students how to draw these symbols, explain what they mean and their importance in Aboriginal art. The lesson plan will be useful for classrooms as the elaborations for this learning area of art to be met by exploring the use of visual conventions such as symbols and why they are used. This lesson plan will enable for all students to have the chance to improve their understanding of the oldest continuously existing culture in the world, thanks to the lesson plan prioritising on the Akara, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander organising ideas. The Akara Code Organising Ideas 3, where students will be introduced to the topic where Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have holistic belief systems and are spiritually and intellectually connected to the land, sea, sky and waterways through their artwork. This will be met as students are using symbols learnt throughout the ICT guided lesson. However, the lesson will mostly cover Code Organising Ideas 8, where students are able to learn about how Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders peoples' family and kinship structures are strong and sophisticated. These ideas influence the art elaborations in the curriculum as they require students to draw images that relate to themselves or their personal environment, such as the land on which they study on, or drawing symbols to represent their families. The artwork produced and taught by Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples sheds light on the ways in which the relationships between people, culture, and country and place for those people can be expressed through the arts and help students express and understand living communities and the ways in which these build identity. In order to create an inclusive and culturally responsive educational environment, it is crucial to incorporate learning and teaching practices that take into account the social and emotional development and well-being of Indigenous students. These tactics enhance Indigenous kids' overall development while still being consistent with the broad competencies outlined by the Australian Curriculum Assessment and Reporting Authority, also known as ACARA. By adopting the culturally responsive pedagogy, teachers, students, and schools are able to recognise and value the cultural identities, histories, and knowledge systems of Indigenous students. This approach is in line with ACARA's intercultural understanding capacity, which strives to increase students' understanding of, respect for, and interest in many cultures. Strength-based strategies, where we emphasize students' abilities and strengths rather than their weaknesses, promote a supportive and empowering learning environment for Aboriginal students. This strategy aligns with the ACARA's ethical understanding capacity, which promotes students to respect and acknowledge the rights and viewpoints of others and make moral judgments based on compassion, justice, and inclusivity. Lastly, by incorporating Indigenous points of view, we are able to promote cultural understanding and reconciliation through the integration of Indigenous viewpoints, histories, and contributions throughout many curriculum areas. This can be done by encouraging the teacher to utilize a two-way learning strategy. The two-way learning strategy will connect students from different backgrounds and enable them to learn with and about each other. This is evident as students are using their general art skills to learn about the importance of Aboriginal symbols in art. With the use of the two-way learning strategy, the students are able to acknowledge and value the knowledge of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students, promoting inclusivity, building confidence, and empowering Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students. This approach supports ACARA's capabilities for critical and creative thinking by helping students to consider various viewpoints analyze difficult problems, and think critically about social and historical settings. By putting these inclusive learning and teaching strategies into practice, educators provide a thorough and culturally sensitive education for all students by addressing the social and emotional well-being of Indigenous students, as well as aligning their practices with the ACARA general capabilities.